Hello and welcome all. It's day one of the CFS Spring Qualifiers Phase 2 for the rest of C. The top 4 teams that advanced are back on the battlefield, ready to fight for their chance to move closer to CFS SEA Masters 2026. Expect intense clashes, tight rounds, and only the toughest squads rising back to the top. My name is Dropout Candy, and joined with me is Pika. How are you doing here, Pika? It's been a while.
It has been a while, at least for the both of us, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome once again to Rest of Sea. Now, this right here, as Dropout Candy did mention, is going to be intense. I honestly don't know how to feel about it because I am just curious on how, as you mentioned, intense the entirety of it is going to be. In my case, this is Crossfire. No, this is nostalgia, if so to speak. This is everybody's go-to. If I'm going to be real. When it comes to shooters. So yeah, I'm gonna leave an open book right here for us to write on our Dropout Candy.
Yeah, it feels like the rest of C is ready as well with the rest of the people raring to go. It has been a long day for them. I feel like they started early, right? And then it was a long showdown that only 4 teams will remain. I just want to remind everyone that the top 2 teams that do qualify here will be qualified to CFS Masters Spring 2026. So there's a lot of stakes here for these 2 teams who are potentially going to qualify with us.
Yeah, honestly, it sounds like it's gonna be quick, folks. But these teams, they're not gonna allow the opposition to just walk away with that prestige and the bragging rights. But again, ladies and gentlemen, these are the teams that are going to be facing off each other at least for day number 1.
Yeah, for day number 1, we got the upper bracket semifinals. We got 2 best of 3 matches for you today. We got Veteran versus Amunra first and foremost. And for our second match, our last series for today is RidaZ versus PublicStars. This is going to be a best of 3 affair, so it will be a good one here. What do you think, Pika, about the bracket that we have for today?
Yeah, honestly, and also this setting, I believe this is a first to 1, right? So just basically 1 BO3 per. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to come up with some shock factors here, if I'm gonna be completely honest, because again, we know how it is. We know that you don't have the room to rectify your mistakes. Not to mention, it's not going to be the same map all the time that you're going to be accomplishing. So let's see how that's going to go. Especially right now, as you did mention, there's so much at stake, and we're just getting started.
Yeah, and other than that, we have to show what's the map pool for these teams for today, because I mean, it's more or less, we got the spicy maps. We got Black Widow, Eagle Eye 2.0. We got new compound, a lot of new maps, Sport, Sub Base. I feel like we've seen these maps on the circuit for so long. It's not really a big surprise here, Pika. What do you think?
And it's not exhausting as well. They might be circulating the way that they should, but it is what it is. This is the demons or the devils, if so to speak. So it's just a matter now of who outplays the other, as we know. Now here we go. Veteran versus Amunra. We're going to be taking that on first, followed by RidaZ and PublicStars a little later on. So please hang tight.
Yeah. And first and foremost, we have the first match, right? It is going to be a best of 3 against them. And looking at the results that we see here earlier, I feel like there's a little bit of a bias here for for the results. Again, I feel like on the top of the leaderboard, we have Veteran being the favorites to qualify here, based on their matches here. That we have access to. They've been stomping. How about you, PK? You got any info about this match?
For the time being, I'll keep it a secret. But I'm also thinking that right now, I'm going to root for the underdogs if I can, or whoever that is. Yeah, because you'd always want to see that grind, from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill. I personally want to see who in the lower bracket will make it out, because again, that's the interesting part about everything. We know for a fact that, say, Veteran right now, they have a lot to work with. They have an adequate amount of points to work with. The confidence is there, but what would happen to any of these teams that they have pressure stacked against them? That's the big question.
Oh yeah, and it's interesting to see at least that in the bracket that they fought a while ago, they actually fought each other too. Past sightings here have seen that it is going to be a close match. We haven't seen them on the best of three setting yet. It's going to be the first time we're going to be seeing the both of them. But with what we've seen so far, she's like veteran has the edge. But I'm not going to say that they're the favorites here because we still have the map veto to worry about.
And that might actually be the biggest determining factor here, buddy. So let's see who picked what.
Ooh. All right. So you did say Ankara might be a possible ban later on in the map veto. So we got the usual map picks. We got Port, we got Black Widow, and Subbase as the decider here. I am very aware of Black Widow as a map. How about you? How does Port feel like a map for you?
I do. I personally like the aesthetic of Port, right? But functionality wise, it's still a big question mark, especially when you're trying to go along the access sidelines. That becomes a problem. In Black Widow, we know this. This is common sense for anybody who's touched Crossfire before. But Subbase, bro, that is where things get real dicey, in my opinion. Especially when our teams and our players actually get to post up at control room. I'd say then planting becomes a huge task. With Black Widow, we know what it is. There's a bit of a hike before we get to point A to B, and all that mid lane space right there that you have to worry about, that becomes a problem.
Yeah,
I did say a while ago, ladies and gentlemen, that what Dropout Candy mentioned, I did have a gut feel that Ankara was definitely gonna get banned, and wisely they did, alongside New Mexico.
Oh, what is the reason why they would potentially ban Ankara here? Because I would feel like Port and Black Widow play the same map wise, and then we got Subbase, which is like the underlier. I guess Ankara is like a iffy map for both of these teams. You think?
Could be a comfort, right? So especially, I feel that the long travels in Ankara between bases, between areas, especially when you're headed to market. And unfortunately, we're not going to see that because it is a lot of open spaces to work with in Ankara. With New Mexico, I think they banned New Mexico simply because the bottom lanes like channel underground, when you have to kind of go down the sewers, then it becomes a problem too. A lot of corners you don't want to have to deal with, especially the snipers. They're eventually gonna give you that anxiety. As soon as you hear that thunderclap shot, then there it is. Anxiety kicks in.
Yeah, anxiety kicks in, but we gotta talk about the first map, which is Port. A bit of a normal map, to say the least. I guess there is the underlying thing where you have to go in house, go close to close, and potentially peek some very close corners here, which might be a problem for if you are playing as a global risk, because it does take a while for you to get that peek out. Blacklist might be able to get that peek ahead of you. So Port, you think Blacklist might have an edge here, or you think global risk is it sided for that one?
That's a really good question. And I'll be honest here. I don't think that it will matter at this point. But whoever does take control of Bridge might be might be at the big upper hand, right? Because of course utilities come into play. We're not just gonna talk about weapons. We're also gonna talk about the splits, right? So it depends on how many of these teams, how many of these players decide to disseminate their manpower. And Bridge is such a vital point in that situation because Bridge is an overlooking for honestly two ends. It covers so much space, so much vantage point, and I'd say control for both of these teams. So later, I don't want to jinx them, man. I mean, we're commentators here. So we're keeping our hands clean for the time being, folks.
Yeah. For now, though, I mean, very similar here. Long A, tried and true tested. It's
all the time.
It's a sniper's heaven, right? But whoever gets the first pick in Long A might have the entire site to themselves, because it really is just whoever clicks the head first, right, wins the duel. But for Long A in particular, you're gonna have a little bit more reaction because how players maneuver in that long A spot, it's something to behold, man. So I'm looking forward to this port. Oh, before we begin, and it seems to be like way back in the day too, where port is a usual pick as well. Not in a competitive sense, but even in a casual sense, right? I
Right.
remember way back we playing zombie mode on Crossfire, and then we're just standing on top of port. That's just a classic. But now we're heading into game one of
Ooh.
our spring qualifiers. Veteran playing on the side of Global Risk. Amunra, meanwhile, playing on Blacklist.
Okay, and we're not seeing the usual suspects here when it comes to weapons, man. This is insanely interesting. We
Ooh.
already got an AK on board here, but remember, this is a very big stage to work with. Oh, just like I said, the utilities come into play here on bridge, and we're already seeing a big cloud over it.
Yeah, and look at it early on. Very interesting side of Arsenal here. A bunch of Scarlights for the side
Right.
of a veteran. I guess it's a bit of comfort shot though. A little bit low in HP. We see Amunra leaning closer to that A long side, and it looks like they're gonna have to execute this as they're all pushing up.
Ooh.
Looks to me that veteran has the kills to start things up. Trade 1-for-1 as they've taken space already onto site. Not a lot of people left for veteran to hold here. Amunra
Whoa.
taking control at the start of the round. 3v1 is only left to EV9 here.
Yeah, no, this is the numbers game. Okay.
Whoa!
Still able to fish one out before the round ended, and with less than a minute to spare there. Beautiful work. And when we witnessed it, it was already a few seconds in. So it means that the teams have already began to reposition or to position themselves.
It seems that we do see a lot of early sightings here. You did explain that Bridge is a point of contention here between the two teams, so they are making full effect of it. And for now, Veteran, they know there's gonna be a lot of utility there up in Bridge, so might as well back away from now, avoid getting damaged early on in the round.
Absolutely, and it took a while. By the way, they really let that simmer. They let the clock actually do a little bit of the heavy lifting. So no information again. That was so scary. So shock. Literally just crossed enemy lines.
I mean, it's a split, right? I mean, the surprise from Bodega on the way to A is just a. I mean, if you're the one defending it, I would not be surprised if you don't get a lot of people down. Fire ZS though, and a low HP, right? Ragnar though getting 2 kills up in front. Veteran in a bit of a comfortable lead here, but Amunra fighting back.
Uh-huh. Ariaden or Ariaden. Hopefully we did not butcher that, or I did not. So last two players here alongside Psycho for Amunra, and we still have 1 minute to work with. So yeah, no information here, but just okay, there it is. That particular throw right there was already enough to signal the contention.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to push in 1 more kill to secure the round, but Veteran finally keeps it.
I like that. We're going with a very early equalizer here. Dropout Candy. So let's see what adjustments we're going to be seeing here. So a while ago, we didn't see a lot of, or at least from our vantage point, we did not see a lot of activity alongside Bridge. So maybe, just maybe, this is all a matter of, and you're going to be hearing me say this word a lot, anxiety.
Ooh. A bit of hesitation, perhaps, as we see Veteran and Amunra at least, feel the other team out as the start of the round. Psycho getting the start of the kill out. Trades on trades. As it's a 3v4, Amunra very low on the HP, so to say, but Veteran low in manpower as one gets eliminated. Still a viable situation for the side of Amunra. Still attempt to get the plant on B. It's only left to drones here to try and clutch things out.
Man, and clutch is always a tall order here, folks. But the one-tap potential here for drones, that might be the difference maker. There's no information where Ariaden is. Okay, but there's the gunfire, and Blacklist wins again. So Amunra taking that early lead. I was gonna say, drop out that. I was gonna say that sniper was actually going to be a very, very big threat. You know, the moment that the one-tap potential there comes into play, that 3 will not matter. The 3-man lead will not matter. Or the 2-man lead, rather.
Yeah, I mean, 3 shots, you win the round, you know. It's easier said than done. But if you're
possible.
effective with it, yeah, if you're effective with it as a sniper player for one of these teams, it could be a viable threat. So now, Amunra taking it a little bit slow now. They haven't really reached onto bridge yet, but they're slowly walking through. They do have smokes to cover themselves out. There's a little bit of retaliation here for the side of Veteran, but it seems to me that Reynino is the entry fragger for the side of Amunra.
Absolutely. Here we go. 1 on the board. Just shooting through the smoke. And I was going to say, actually, that the distribution of manpower here on the side of Veteran is very, very effective. Wow, another AK frag. So, again, Dropout Candy, we haven't seen that in a while, at least in this level of competition. So, always a nice
Again, comfort, I guess. If you like how you use it, I mean, get the kills, no one's gonna complain, right? Here comes the flash. Executed onto B. Shock seems to be the one holding his ground out, but our Mars ZY getting more frags, making it 3K. It's all left to Shock on his own once again in a 1v2. It's very low in HP as well, so RidaZ might only 1 shot can separate himself from here in the win. But our Raiden secures the round. Amunra 2 rounds up.
Wonderful contact, man. You know, we gotta give props to that. But again, this is very dangerous here for Veteran. Let's not forget about momentum. You know, momentum is basically an unstoppable force if you don't do anything to alter it, right? So, and this is what we talked about. Despite Veteran being supposedly a favorite and on top of the charts, Amunra is not letting that happen.
Yeah, maybe it's how they execute onto site and Veteran not able to get the trades. Again, the opening is very important in these sorts of rounds, and if Veteran cannot rotate as quickly as they can, they're gonna get overblown and overthrown onto the site. It's gonna be a little bit harder for them to try and retake, perhaps.
Yeah, the objective play doesn't really apply, at least this early on. We don't see a lot of those small details come forth just yet. Okay, here we go. Beautiful shot here from Reynino, or Reyninos. Please pardon us. 4-4 here. Dropout Candy. So big overview here from Jones. Let's see. There's an unsuspecting soul. There it is. As we mentioned,
gets a double. And the third one.
That did not just happen. And now the C4's in sight.
Woo! Nowhere else to be seen as Shock secures the round. As you said, takes 3 shots to kill 3 players, right?
Man, I hate being right in this.
If you're in the capable hands of drones, man, you would know. You would completely know. It's an effective weapon. And he gets another one.
Somebody stop this man, bro. Actually, acted like a drone here if we're gonna go with punts. So for the last 4 shots that he took, I'm sorry to cut you off, Dropout Candy, but yeah, for the last 4 shots that drones took, he missed none of them.
Yeah, 100% of his shots taken is 100%
hit rate.
He's gonna continue doing so, unless he gets blown up. But for now, Amunra seem to be on the back foot. They haven't really stepped towards this bridge area, and they have one of the players on Bodega. So it's up to Raiden to at least get an opener here onto this long ace point, but FireZ is not letting anyone have it right now. 5v3 and Veteran still holding this lead. Manpower as well.
And not to mention the C4. So it is in rotation here. Mid looking real crowded, or at least for Amunra. Here we go. Shock taking out Psycho. We have less than a minute to go. And the silence is deafening. Clock's ticking here. Okay, beautiful fish out there from Reyninos.
Okay. And again, We're still ticking down, so Amunra still has a couple of time left to go in. There's not a lot of people here defending this B site, so it's all left to EV9 to try and hold. The rest are rotating afterwards, but he can do that on his own. It's all left for Reyninos. He's still trying to spray and pray, but he is getting flashed out, cannot see, and it's another victory for the side of Veteran.
That was a bit sad. That was a bit sad. I know he did go for that valiant attempt, but I think that the stall during that few seconds in mid for Amunra was actually a bit costly. You know, those precious seconds for rotation, as I said, could have been real good. Now here we go, Jones again posting up. Let's see if once again the traps work.
It really is just a buddy system here for Veteran.
True.
I think earlier in the round, Drones wanted to go for an early pick, so at least the situation was alleviated early on, but he got a little bit too much from what he asked for. He got the entire round to himself. So Amunra right now playing slow, rotating over to A long. That's the whole crew. That's the whole cabin for them.
Now this might be a fatal mistake once again here, Dropout Candy. If they do choose to go with that same approach early on, remember they did crowd up mid. So, and that right there kind of became that turning point, you know? They have no information to disseminate. And look at the spread. This is what I was talking about. Veteran, they're all over the sides here.
The Drones is gone.
B.
And now they're opening. They got an opener towards A. They have shock onto site, but that is not going to help. It's all left to EB9 or Greknart. And they purposely solved this scenario with a flurry of utos, not letting them see anything at all for that round. Amunra, what a flawless tactical play for that round.
And you can blame me, guys, for the spoilers earlier on. I did say that the utilities are truly going to be a problem here alongside the shots because of how port really is designed, right? So Drones, once again, he's a bit of a jiggle here. Just trying to see if there is contact or if there will be contact. You notice how the previous round there as well, Dropout Candy, was a little short compared to how it was prior. So they really are changing up the pace.
And that's also a point of contention as well. You don't really expect rounds to go fast and slow at the same time, but Drones making sure that his team is a little bit up ahead here at the start of the round.
Man. As we mentioned, Thunderclap. Oh, man!
Collateral!
Collateral. That is horrible. That is horrible for Amunra right now. Nasty. That is a nasty three-piece in a matter of seconds. Not even 20 in between. Doc. Oh, man.
That's the first time I've seen a collat. I haven't even landed a shot like that. I haven't played for a while.
But there is a reason they're here, though. So.
Yeah, that is true. Shock again. Just to secure the round. It's all left to Reyninos. We already know this lead is a little bit too much for them. He's holding in Bodega, but that will not help as he gets knocked out. 4-3 the scoreline, and Veteran still trying to play catch-up. It's very close here at the start of the first half.
It is, it is. I like it. I like the tug of war here between these teams, right? Okay, successful flashes here from both ends. Oh, the entirety of Amunra blinded here.
Oh!
Okay, big clap back here for Amunra. The site heavily scouted here by Drones. Okay, this is the first time we're seeing Drones not wield that sniper.
Yeah, and it is effective as well. Be it a rifle or be it a sniper, he will be the one to hold things down. We end it 5-4 on the side of Veteran, leading by 1 on the first half.
And now with the side switch coming into play here, let's see if this is the pace as well that Veteran would want to go to. Remember, the objective is now on their end. They have the advantage of time pressure here.
They're looking to rush on to B without any concern at all. They have the Udos available, but look at Kuro, he got 2. But will that make up for the 2v2 potential entry that we've got? Yes, they will. It's now a 2v1, all left to Reyninos once again. We got one more frag behind them. They haven't seen him yet, but they finally back off. Here comes Reyninos attempting to go for a clutch. Gets the wall bang. Comes out here. It's a 1v1 with the Great One. Fires.
Oh,
The
it's a lot of
dualies!
information for
Oh,
Rainino
but the
to work with.
wall bang gets it! Plenty of time to spare Raininos. You get the one at the end of the first half. Amunra gets it right back. We tie it up.
Man, what is going on? This is our first set for the day, and these players are not letting it slow down a little bit. This right here, this is a hot soup, Doc. This is a hot soup. Everybody just putting some ingredients up in here. They're not allowing it to go stale. Here we go. A little bit of contact via utilities. Some damage on the side of Amarzi, as well as EV9. Stray fire here from Amarzi. Let's see how he handles this thing. Okay, but oh, dang!
He got it off blinded too.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, what
How?
a great opener, man. That really puts veteran back. They're stopping them in their tracks, it seems like. It looks like Shocks is the opener here, but if the opener's gone, they need to at least parlay something else, and long A might be potentially one of their answers. They back away and mostly just playing default here at the start of the round, but again, Amarzi, another frag coming through. And the veteran coming down one by one. Amunra taking control at the start of the second half.
Nakura and Amarzi as well, a little bit of a tandem there. And again, with Psycho, EV9 goes, and ladies and gentlemen, veteran now, they got to make haste. All right, while we are seeing a bit of a back and forth here, Doc, let's not forget, it is a first to 10, so you're going to want to establish that big lead before anything else, and before they gain even further confidence. Smokes are in play.
And there really is a duality between how the rounds are played out. You explained a while ago where at one point it goes right to the wire of the end of the round. And then we have another round where it goes like, okay, 30 seconds, we're already on to side. It's the playstyle between the two teams here really explains how vigilant you have to be to execute these rounds, especially if you're playing on the side of Blacklist, where rushing might be a potential play. Like Global Race, they have to hold their ground too, and it's looking a little bit off right now. Amunra, a lot of people low on HP as they're slowly creeping up on this A Lopika.
Oh, yeah, let's hold that thought. The big sandwich right there from Amunra. Now, this is what we were talking about. Utilities coming into play, and there's one picked off right from the bridge. Here we go. Veteran taking names left and right. I can say the same for Amunra, though. Good contest. Last one standing. Ariaden here. Woo! But the numbers, they just really are too much to handle, admittedly.
It's a 3K for Fires. It's making quick work of it as well. So Veteran tying it up to Amunra, and we did explain how it needs to be a little bit of a roundy because it is a first to 10. No one has established a lead, Pika.
Absolutely. That's what I was saying, You got to make sure that momentum inches up a little bit forward. Otherwise, this is going to be a very rinse and repeat scenario. Goes in. Okay, here we go. Psycho, first blood at the expense of VTR's EV9.
They're looking to get at least a point here onto B, but there's at least one person holding the fort down, so they have to get rid of them. Rainino finally getting that buddy system down onto bridge with the help of Kuro K or Raiden. Literally one of two people here holding this B spot, but we see a spray down not working out. Veteran, there's still a man advantage here against Amunra. It's a 2v3. They haven't gotten wind of where the people are onto site, and the C4 is down, so I'll ref to Reknard, and that won't matter as well. Amunra, 76. Let's see if they can get one more.
Bro, that flank would have been very substantial, right? If all those three players were actually fished out, that entire round must have boded differently. And I gotta admit as well, the Scarlight pick is really paying off.
Everyone's just using it. I mean, a while ago it felt like everyone was using it. Now they're going to No, go back to their preferred weapon, the M14. Amarzi again, a bit of a very heroic attempt there to get a follow-up kill after that first frag. So still a 4v4, very close. Attempting to get picks here over to long A, but not much to take space though. Look at Veteran though, they're pushing up.
Yeah. Man. Okay, I think this is a complete turn compared to how it was earlier for Veteran, right? So I think Amunra's giving a taste of their own medicine. Remember how a while ago Amunra was really locked up in mid, but now they're trying to disseminate within both A and B. Okay, and there's the objective. C4 planted.
Correct, Nart, but that is it.
Yeah.
Pretty decisive round for Amunra there.
Is this
Puts
it?
them in a 2-round lead.
Woohoo!
Finally, but Veteran, it's still tied up here. And we're nearing closer and closer to map point, and Amunra seems to be the first one. Onto that point! Drones! With an opener! Completely reads Amarzi like a book.
Again, he is acting like his namesake, though. He just knows exactly where to look.
Targeted and locked in.
Well, again, the bridge a little bit crowded there. However, no engagement just yet. Okay, beautiful shot here from Psycho at the expense of Jones. So that's 4-4 here. Remember, we were talking about that earlier. These trades, they're very valuable, especially towards the last few seconds. We've seen some rounds go with objective, without objective. Here we go. Good contact. Shock takes out Psycho.
They have space on to mid already, and Reynino seems to be blinded out. Still gets a kill after all of that. Kuro gets taken down all left. Tar aided. It's a 3v1. This isn't impossible, but it seems to be a very tall task as Amunra falling short here. Veteran catching up.
You had to say it, Doc. Now the chase is on. You know, finally. It's basically like a jog. Or a drag race, right? So you get one sports car, speed up a little bit, literally inches away from another, and it's just putting pressure on the opposition to try and do the same. Bridge has no information here. EV9 staying steady, no contact just yet for both teams.
You could cut the tension here with a knife, because the stakes of this first map. Very consequential. You get Amunra win, they're on map point. You let Veteran win, they're tied up, and only one round separates them between map point and potential overtime. They get the initial picks here. Veteran still leading by a fact. Kuro trying to hold house down.
Uh-oh.
They still have space. They have the nades away. It's a 3v3 still, 3v4 still, as the players are very low in HP. Amunra, very low. It's all left to Kuro.
Man, I felt for EV9 there, man. He was a dead man walking.
But there is information found, so they will huck that C4 on all the way to long A, knowing that Kuro's the last player standing.
And that's scary. Because again, you're only going to get 2 sets of eyes to work with here.
Against 4? That's crazy.
Oh boy. There we go. So drones left with no choice. Or rather, Kuro left with no choice but to deal with these numbers.
Oh, drones!
What happened? And Fires has not a lot of health to work with here, buddy.
Gets the initial pick! Gets the one! Can he get the clutch? Has information found! Can he get it? Not today! Says Veteran. We tied up Amunra. They can't seem to get a grasp onto map point here.
Valiant attempt right there. Not gonna lie, but it is what it is. We're looking at 2 infinite signs here, folks. So it is a matter now of who's going to be able to close this map out. Once again, Amarzi. Just going where drones used to be, you know. A very big genius once said, that's my spot.
I'm supposed to be there. Amunra's left confused and dazed as to the lead that they've had a while ago. Now they're playing the back foot. They need to at least regain composure here. in order to get map point, but how veterans holding at the moment, it seems to be possible for them to be the first man to that coveted ground number 9 point. Drones with the opener. Long A is open and free for the taking, but look at the amount of resistance Amunra's trying to give them.
Uh-oh.
They cannot get that plant yet, but EV9 making sure that the team succeeds in doing so. Psycho and R-Raiden left. Make that Psycho left. It's a 4v1. Veterans seem to have control here. Potentially, they might be on map point.
Absolutely. Psycho now has to deal with everybody. Okay, but missing these shots wildly. Oh, man. Again, tall order here. Very, very tall order there, Dropout Candy. Now, 9-8. Is this suffering going to prolong for Amunra? Or is Veteran going to finally put a cap on here? So a while ago, we did see the challenge from drones. All right. Taking out Amargzi in the process.
Is it suffering from success?
Yes, they are, dude, honestly.
Ooh, we got all the way through Norma. We got through all 18 rounds, potentially.
Here we go.
There might be more. But Amunra making sure that that happens to them. Look at the flag from Amunra!
No way!
Rainy no sweep
No
the 4K!
way!
Can
No way!
he
No way!
secure the round for them and turn it
Oh my
into OT?
goodness.
Yes!
This is
They do! What was that?
Okay, I am confused.
We got the match. We still got more, right? Okay.
Yeah. Oh my
Holy, what a start to game number 1 in Port
gosh.
Pico.
It had to happen. It had to happen. It had to OT on our very, very first match here, folks. We did not jinx that. Honestly. We're happy that this is happening. But my God, that last encounter right there, Dropout Candy, that was just chef's kiss, if so to speak.
It was just a coincidence that everyone was looking at one angle there.
Yes.
But the flank from where that happened, Rey Nino took the opportunity, took it, and he ran away with it just for them to secure that overtime. So, folks, we're going back into it. We're still in port. Game number 1 between Amunra and Veteran.
Yeah, this is how vital it is. Honestly, we're just waiting for a word from Mission Control for us to for us to be taken to the game. Now, I'm just so baffled right now that both these teams. The one time you got a lead, right? The one time that a lead happened, 2 rounds, it disintegrated just like that. Nah, it's not gonna happen.
Nah.
Now it's first to 11. Basically first to 11. So, oh boy.
All right, so there we go. That's a very nice scenario. We're already onto a plant by Veteran. How did that happen? It's a 1v1. How did it become a 1v1 suddenly? I'm wondering. They can still have the chance to secure the round. And the tides have shifted again. Amunra securing another round for them. It's 10-9.
See, this is the main example, folks, as to why you want to establish that lead very, very early on if you can. So we're getting the supposed conclusion of our first map right here. Not the first. Okay, here we go. A lot of firepower already coming into play here, Doc.
I mean, nothing has changed, but again, score. We might not see the accurate overall score. That's gonna be up to the people at the back for us. So again, appreciative of what they're doing here, but we have to get into this now. Amunra still playing as the people hugging that C4 down on Veteran holding the ground here as global risk. But again, very slow at the start of OT because they know the stakes are huge now.
Can't be any bigger. And unusually, we're not seeing a lot of smoke activity again here off of mid, but Amargzi, let's see. All right.
No one being taken down yet too, so it's gonna be Slow round at that, Pika. They're gonna have to wait until the very last second when the
Whoa!
opening comes through from Amarzi. Quick peeks here as Reknart will
Oh!
recover one. There's a little bit of coverage here onto the generator box. Reknart still wrecking phase. It's now a 1v1
Are you
now
serious?
between Kuro and Drones. The C4
No!
is with him. He can get this plant down plenty of time to try and go for a clutch, but still not
Oh.
around the area. Drones is going all the way through.
Big rotation. And I think this right here, this is what we're worried about, man. This is what we're worried about. The information. Look at the timing. It's just so miserably timed for both these players. Koro though. Koro. Just a few shots in. Oh, and Drones just, ladies and gentlemen, prolonging the agony as I said earlier. Oh,
10 to 10 and Drones again. I mean, his engine's open now. Yeah, he got a full tank of gas. He's ready and raring to go.
unbelievable.
This is what the rest does to a person, right? 10 minutes, 15 minutes,
Uh-huh.
he still has it.
And this might be it. You know, they put some ice on the swelling, so they're ready to go again. A couple of blinds there for Amunra. Okay, first casualty. Ariaden.
Not long for this world as well. We follow it up. People are very low in HP. Oh, the nade comes through and secures the kill over to Reyninos. I9 with one more frag and fires comes through. Veteran getting a foothold onto this match.
That swing right there, that short swing, was so valuable. Here we go. A bit of silence once again. So the dust has settled, at least for the time being. No repositioning as well, Doc. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Just steady.
It's a tough obstacle to climb here for Amunra, as they don't really have the manpower to hold. There is still the sniper. No one's holding this A spot. They completely left that A spot because they could just hold onto bridge, and that puts them at an advantage here. Drones again with one more frag to go. It's all left to our Mazi. And the time is ticking down. Just forced to push and does get one from his forest troubles. Potentially can get more. Misses the next shot. The rest are now trying and attempting to reconnect here onto this A side.
Oh, but this is very dangerous, man. The clock, 100% out there. I was gonna say that. The clock and the manpower belongs to veteran entirely. So, man, I don't see a round right there that was gonna be very fruitful for Amunra. I mean, considering all the variables, right? There is no backup, right? And no eyes to look around. Not to mention it's all ticking, but there, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Now I believe that a mission control is gonna do just a quick twitch right there of something to keep our viewership a little bit more fruitful, guys. So stay put.
So I feel like what they're doing right now, I think they're swapping sides. Because they're done in the first side of OT, and they're gonna have to go for a side swap. So veteran will be the one playing Blacklist now.
Yeah.
And then Amunra is playing Global Risk now. So I feel like if you are playing as Global Risk here, you're more on the comfortable side because you don't really have you don't have to push. It's an option. You can just stay and wait for them to come at you, but that in of itself has its own risks and benefits.
It had to be. It had to be a bit of a pun as well, But putting those rounds together, folks, it's not easy to watch. How these teams are just going back and forth. This is basically a seesaw of momentum. Dropout Candy. So now we just got to see who out patience the other team more, because now we're going the distance every single round, buddy. it's no longer a bloodbath from start to finish. They are slowly, basically, it's a crocodile strat. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
stay in the swamp long enough, and then if you come my way, then I'm gonna snap.
Yeah. You just gotta be wary of the crocodile in the swamp. Might bite you real hard.
We're looking
That's
at you,
what veterans
drones.
doing, man.
We're
Oof.
looking at you, drones.
Drones is biting, man. Bro, he is a reptile in the swamp. He is a dangerous man. You gotta make sure. Even on the scoreboard right now, like it's been completely reset. I'm not gonna lie with you. He is still bringing up numbers. It feels like his scoreline is still the same. And now we've fully reset now. Veteran
Mhm.
now playing on Blacklist. As I said, the Amunra on Global Risk. They have I think Amunra needs to secure a couple more rounds here, but it's all left to Veteran. I think this is match. This is map point.
Supposedly,
no?
yeah. Supposedly, this is map point. Here we go. Oh, but it's not looking healthy here
Oh,
for Amunra when we started, or rather for Veteran when they started off. Now it's 3 to 3. Fires is at a huge health disadvantage here, so he took a hefty amount of damage right there. And drones out of the picture as well.
yeah. And again, big contrast
Oh,
between
gosh.
playing on Global Risk and playing on Blacklist. Amunra. It's still a tie scenario.
We're being cracked
I
here. I
think-
can feel it. I can feel
I
it.
think
We're
this
being cracked.
is first to 13 now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it
to
is.
say, yeah. So the last round, 12 to 12, we will be going on a golden round after this.
Mm.
So the decider after the first OT is set in stone. So
Here we go.
Shock to go very aggressive here. Veteran, they've established themselves on the mid pretty heavily here, Pika.
So it is. This is again a taste of Amunra's medicine from earlier on, right? They did flak mid quite a bit earlier on, and as we mentioned, storage is such a focal point when it comes to these flanks. They gotta keep eyes down there. Now, speaking of eyes, right? We have Amarzi also taking point. A while ago, he did challenge drones for that duel and won. There's the smoke, buying them some time, keeping mid a little bit out of sight.
Out of sight, out of mind, but here comes Psycho. One frag to give, and Raininos with a second one. They got to hold well. It's 3v5. They have advantage. They can just stay put. No need to go forward here if you're Amunra. Veteran, got a sniper with you, got two riflers. The Rose is still up. What did they do?
Make some gap, actually. I think that's the best way to go about it. Here we go, 4v3. Reknart and EV9 returns the favor, taking out Reinino, who was a while ago literally a dead man walking. You know, he had
They've
nothing
evened
left.
it up.
Why does this keep happening?
Again, the tides are always changing here in this round. And you can never be too sure if you've secured it until the round has changed on the top of your screen. Amarzi gets the first. Drones has got
Oh.
second kill onto Amarzi. And the third to secure map point for Amunra.
True. And again, we did spoil that a little earlier on, or at least based on what
Stop.
we know. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We've already
Wait a
had
minute.
one
Drones is
casualty
gone?
at the expense of drones. Amarzi. It had to be Amarzi, bro.
It's the ego peak, bro. I got you.
The ego peak.
So now their star player's gone, while the other team's star player is on the map, still threatening with anything up in
Are
front.
you serious?
Reinino, Psycho, Amunra at the brink of bringing it to map number 1. It's all left to Fire Z, and
Yes!
it does. It is 13 to 11. Amunra securing game number 1 here on Port.
No golden round. At least for now.
For now.
We do not
For
like
now.
jinxing here, but ladies and gentlemen, Amunra in a hard-fought bout between veteran has finally emerged on top. And we did say that a while ago, Dropout Candy, this tug of war between these two colossal teams on the upper bracket so far. It just went insane, right? Now, I also want to see the stats. We want to take a look at the stats, especially for those two, I'd say, trigger happy, I'd say peakers of both our teams. So let's see how that's gonna go. Congratulations for Amunra. And again, this is only their first. This is their
Yeah.
first victory. Who's to say? Who's to say that there won't be a tie immediately?
Yeah. I mean, who's to say that we get another OT? That's crazy.
Yes, there's that too. There's that too.
There's that too. But again, taking that first blood in this first of three is a great feeling because their previous sighting between the two of them, Veteran did take the game against Amunra. So this is a big boost of confidence heading into the second map because they're not immortal anymore. Veteran looking like the favorites, they've taken first blood and they're hoping to make it a 2-0 fair.
And again, no one is undisputed, right? Like the moment that there's an actual
No.
victory, it only goes to show that they did best you one round higher than you did. Make that two,
Mhm.
rather. 2 rounds higher than you. So let's see how that's gonna go for our map number 2. We're looking at Black Widow, as we talked about. Now, this right here has always been the field of judgment for most of our
yeah.
teams, right? So we're gonna be open up Pandora's box right here. Let's see if Veteran has an answer. Remember, momentum is such an unstoppable force once you really don't stand in the way of it.
Yeah, and again, it just happens to be the two teams that are playing in Black Widow now. As you said, trigger happy, and again, the variation between their set plays. So we're gonna have to look at their set summary and their highlights in just a bit, guys. But again, very good showing by these two teams. I feel like MVP for this map in particular, if we're talking about who's the MVP here for map number
Port,
1
yeah.
for Amunra side, I want to say Amarzi, but Rain Nino's game tying flank to reach OT was like the highlight for this map for me. What do you think?
Agreeable, but I'm still giving it to Drones for the opposition.
Ooh, that's crazy.
He was just a little too on point, you know, especially during the first half. So, but maybe again, we talked about this. It is a marathon, not a sprint. So it'd still be a matter of endurance between these teams. So if again Drones is able to at least wind himself down a little bit, then maybe map number 2 will be a completely different story. We don't even know. We don't even know what state they are in when it comes to mindset, right? So maybe we'll get a revelation of that a little later on. There's hardly any room for rest among our players, despite the queuing times, right? Or despite the parties or the lobbies that we're making, it doesn't put them into a lot of relaxation. They still have to be on their toes.
Yeah, and how they're gonna be prepared for this next match is something
Yes.
to be prepared for. But let's look at some of the highlights that are part of this event. Could show us a glimpse of what happens next here in Black Widow. I didn't expect it, right? It feels like Ray Ninos has been fragging a lot, and he has actually Marzi hasn't really been the point person for this team. It's actually been Ray Ninos this entire time. I thought I was forgetting something, right? But seems to be this the case. Holding the ground for them.
It did. But again, you know, we always talked about it. Snipers, whenever they get that full length or that full range of, I'd say their sights as far as they could and without any information to disseminate, it just really becomes such a threat for these teams. And now with Port done and dusted, again, it spells a different word for Black Widow. Let's see if that formula will still work for any of these snipers. Because a while ago, we know it. It's a matter of that risk-reward ratio if you want to peak and if you don't. Because like say Amarzi a while ago, he contested and it worked. But what about those players what about those players who were very unfortunately they fell victim to drones, right? So it's chances, as you said, it's winging it. These players, they have to, maybe they just don't want to address the situation that, oh, okay, Drones was there earlier, maybe he won't be anymore. So now let's see if that's going to be the same case with Black Widow. Are they willing to take the risk or will they finally play it as safe as possible? If we're talking about safety, and I'm sorry if it's too wordy, but a while ago, Amunra, they held mid for such a long time, right? Underneath the bridge, but the rotation was compromised.
Yeah. Now we're gonna have to see the result of how those holds, how those entries have turned out to be for our game number one. And as I
Ooh.
said again, like they're low key like going about it for drones and for Amarzi. We've been highlighting a lot of these sniper players, but the guys fragging most of the time are people that are just getting the frags right, getting the
Mhm.
advantages straight, just getting the entries right. We got Reyninho and
You called
Fires
it
for the
actually.
side for the side of Veteran and Amunra respectively. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, you did call it. Especially for Reyninho's, because uh, we didn't actually get to see his entire run, but when he did have those very valuable frags, then there it is. I guess the numbers really will not lie here. And yeah, Fires, dude. I did not expect Fires to actually be at least one frag away. That is the only difference between him and Drones. That
Mm.
one frag. So, wow. You're right. This is a bit of a shocker.
And
Here we go.
again, we're gonna have to see who the MVP is for game number one.
Oh, of
And
course.
surprisingly, I mean, the person who has top frag, again, set MVP, right? 1.73 KD, 1.06 KR, 0.02 headshot rate and kill ratio, and point 39 sniper rate. That is good to see for someone that we haven't really talked about the series so far. I mean, he's been constantly just getting frags, and he's ready to be part of the winning team
Mhm.
if it goes to game number three, because they are actually behind one map.
Absolutely. And regretfully so, man. Like, regretfully that we did not actually give a lot of spotlight yet, at least for Fires, right? So maybe here, this could be it. This could be the turning point, or this could be the curtains opening up finally for Fires again. So man, he's gonna rest easy, or he's gonna rest well a little later, knowing that he was able to finally bag that MVP, or he did get that MVP. But we're gonna see who might be the next superstar here, ladies and gentlemen, when we resume after a very short break. PK and Dropout Candy here for Rest of C. Don't go anywhere.
We are back once again to CFS Spring Qualifiers Phase 2 for the rest of Southeast Asia. My name is Dropout Candy, with me is Pika, and this is still game number 2 of our first series for today between Veteran and Amunra. We're heading into Black Widow for our second map for this series, and we've been talking about it extensively throughout our sighting here a while ago. Very expected map to see. Pika, I mean, let's go through what we can expect here in Black Widow.
But honestly, I don't think that right now there will be a talk of enjoyment when it comes to Black Widow. I think it's really gonna be momentum altogether, because
True.
remember that was a huge drag between these two teams, right? They had to carry so much weight heading into Black Widow, but at the end of it, Amun-Ra emerged on top. Now, that first match felt like a novel, you know, an entire novel with just amazing moments altogether. But for now, let's keep an open mind. Again, a book for them to write on. Let's see how Veterans gonna clap back, if they can or will.
Again, a bit of high expectations here for Veteran if they want to get into map number 3. Supposed favorites now down a map here, because if they lose, go straight into that lower bracket, and nobody wants to be in that lower bracket on day number 2, man.
Not this early, and
Mm-hmm.
not to mention being given the honors of being the first match allows you to be scouted by the rest of our teams, right? So they kind of know already, or they have an idea who to watch out for and what to watch out for. So these challenges, these duels, these pushes, they're gonna be real information given a little later on for whoever the loser of this entire set will be. Now, Black Widow, come on, for anybody who's opened up Crossfire, impossible that Black Widow is an unfamiliar territory.
When you open up a lobby in CF, there's at least one Black Widow match. But what one Black Widow match? First to 13 rounds. Um, uh, how many people are in the line? Like 16. Max players. It's gonna be a treat, man. We're heading into this map shortly, guys. Don't go anywhere. But again, we will be the ones to cast this Dropout Candy and Pika on the mic. And we're already onto it. A long, oh, what a dream, man. Oh, this brings me back, man.
This solo Lobo, it's fires. He just literally waltzed right into this. Gets
It's a
taken out of the
1v1.
process.
What?
Man, talk about riding a lightning bolt right there for fires, dude. He literally went. I'd say you saw him. It was almost like a headless chicken.
Mm-hmm. But then the headless chicken had like an M14,
An automatic weapon.
an automatic weapon, a sniper rifle, probably some nades in his hand. A very effective killing machine, so to say.
Okay.
But again, Black Widow, we could look at it from this perspective. They always have to smoke middle at the start of the round. It's like a necessity at this point.
So it's not more so visual distraction here, but just really a diversion, if so to speak. So let's see. Is there any contact? So far, none. Okay, forget what I said. That immediate contact and shock goes down.
Yeah, this is what I would usually see in my matches as well on Black Widow. Like everyone's just holding here in AB. No one's gonna push because they know that if you're on veteran side, yeah, you're just waiting for them to peek for you. So Util is very important in this this day and age. Kuro still alive, able to escape underneath that bridge spot, and they're inching closer to this A though, but they can't really find an opening yet. But someone's flanking through. But look at Psycho, one kill before getting
Nice.
flanked out. 3-4.
A beautiful trade. However, the numbers don't really favor veteran right now. So we have Regnard and EV9. They have to make use of what they have and the little time that they do have. Okay, beautiful shot here from Regnard. Make that 2. Is he going for a 3? He does! Woohoo!
This is a pure kill. You got the Deagle as well? Okay, the Ragnar is playing traditional, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you in this day and age, you would be playing the USP, you would be playing the M14. Bro is stuck in his old ways, and for some reason, it is working.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
Mm-hmm. We're in this
here.
we're in this age wherein anything is viable.
It's it's not the bow and arrows, the archer. So B and A both flocked already once again by Amunra. So okay, here we go. Drone seeing as much as a limb, taking out Amarzi as well.
I didn't even see that. He was able to get that up to a point, but this window spot from our Aiden currently in double peek. They get to peek out, bursting onto the scene. Veteran getting the site secured. It's all left to Kuro. 1v3 not gonna be enough.
Okay. Loud and low on the side of veteran. Remember, a while ago, veteran they weren't able to establish a significant lead, Doc. So now a bit of a pressure on them to tie things up. Here we go. Slowly inching their way along the sides, headed towards B. There are already 3 posted up on B here. Ooh! What a snipe from Kuro. Okay, so now Kuro's in charge of the heavy lifting here.
Oh! And Amunra just fighting back. Still, a clean round. 2 to start, and drones, fires, as people standing, but can't really shy away because they have that long A spot. Amunra just has to hold here. It's a double sniper play too for Amarzi and Kuro, and it seemed to work out in this round.
Oh, man. The flick. He also has sight of the C4 here. So all he has to do is basically to lure them in. Oh, never mind though, but fires the marksman in him. And the MVP is still hot. Yep. Just a little too much casualties, man. Or rather, a little too much manpower to work with. 2 to 2 here. Amunra. So, folks, if you're experiencing deja vu, or feel like you are, don't worry. It is.
It really is just a normal round here in Black Widow. Double sniper play, they're still keeping to it. So Marzi and Kuro, point persons here in Black Widow. This seems to be their stride when it comes to it. For veteran though, the road's still on lockdown as the point person sniper in their team.
Raises a bit of a question here. What if drones gets picked off and then those two snipers are going to be free to wreak havoc for every long? Are you Aiden? Okay, information. Made contact.
Oh, that's a huge nade.
Dang! Okay, man, right on top of the crate. Dude, I felt for Aryaden just then.
Yeah, he ate that like a champ. B side should be open in just a bit, but Kuro's trying to hold drones, gets one. Not a lot of people left here for Amunra to defend and hold the site, but Kuro's still living on. They do manage to rotate themselves onto the other side. USP for Kuro gets the secured kill.
Amazing.
It's a 1v3 still. A tall task for him, perhaps. I don't think he's going to be able to manage it though. With that open pistol in hand. Let's see.
He doesn't have a lot of health to work with here, so he can't afford a single encounter that he botches or whips anything. Here we go. Yep, Smoke had to leave, try to leave the premises, but no, gets chased down by EV9. So beautiful work, 3-2. Veterans here slowly seeing that light.
It's great seeing it. How we're gonna have to look at it. So it's a bit of a pause as we go through things here in Black Widow. So good performance. Overall, we're still in the middle of it in this first half as well, Pika.
It's too nice, I mean, this is exactly what went on earlier. Or at least this is how we were treated during the very first match. It's a back and forth between these teams. But we're seeing new superstars here to bring a front. Kuro being one of them. So that right there. And Fires, finally, as we said, the MVP who we kind of, in my opinion, just put a little bit of a dim light on, now is finally getting what he deserves. So, my goodness, I cannot wait.
Yeah. So as you said here in the bottom of the screen, it is a dead round for round number 6. So we'll just get back to it once things get settled. But again, back and forth. I mean, there's still no clear indication on who's leading the charge here when it comes to this map.
It is. It's hard. It's hard to tell. Because that surprise factor of Kuro being another sniper on a 2-sniper stack for them is... Yeah, that is a bit of a tase on the side of veteran, right? So okay, you thought that you thought that basically Amarzi was gonna be the only one, who has a steady hand? No, sir. I exist too. I am here.
Easier to play. And again, very interesting discussion here as we're gonna go back into it. They're still keeping the double sniper. Is there a difference here if you're playing on global risk? Is the double sniper just better here?
Probably. Or maybe there is a plan. I've seen honestly, I've seen previous in different competition that it's not a mandate, And remember, they did win earlier without this same stack. So we had a 4 rifleman stack with 1 sniper.
Oh, they finally changed it. They changed though, finally. And Kuro's gone. Okay. Oh, that might be a problem, but Nino holds it down with the HK. Can he get more out of it? He's currently in a bit of trouble here as probably comms had been heard that he's sitting on this box. Good nade. To at least blow him out and make him move out of position. Rainino climbing up. Wreck. Not able to hold it down. 4v2 after all those things said and done. And Amunra, they have visibility of that C4.
Oh boy. Okay. We saw some movement over there, but just missed it by a little bit. Amarzi though. There's the site. Oh, and drones. Ripe for the picking. There goes a Marzi. Okay, fires. Last man standing. He's not an MVP for nothing. Wow. Wow. So yeah, Doc, here we go. Amunra is stating the issue. Your move, veteran. 3-3.
Surprisingly, Amarzi swapped snipers with Kuro. So Kuro was
There's
the
that too.
point person. Amarzi was holding the M14, now they swapped. So Kuro's back on rifle duty. So it really is just diverse here between Amunra with who's taking charge. But Rainino, he's been hot. But
Yeah, he is.
Now he's gone here. A big problem now as the veteran trying to go into this site. Very chaotic at the seams that Kuro's gone. It's all left to our Raiden.
Man. A veteran right here. Okay, there we go. That's one more down on the side of veteran. I was gonna say that if veteran lets their guard down a little bit, then it's gonna be a problem. But here we go. Drones holding it up for the team. 4-3. Veteran still alive, still kicking, refusing to falter. Yep, there it is. So we're seeing bridge and the door peek here from drones. So far, no information, Doc.
No info found yet. And veteran is around the area to solidify and hold. Climbing on top of this, nearing towards that A short spot. They have to be wary. There's a lot of resistance here. Shock moving away. The rest of Amunra though, I think they know, but Rainino's again out of position this time. Gets picked off again. That's 2 in a row already. He's getting picked off. But the rest of the Amunra, they have to be vigilant now. Still a 4v4. They've finally gotten contact. And Psycho and Amarzi are the only ones left. And getting an advantage here for Amarzi. Gets the 2. Can he get a third?
And not to mention they're very close to each other. So any change, if one of them gets picked off, Psycho or specifically Psycho will be ready for it. Be ready for the trade. We've seen those small details, those sandwiches happen earlier on. So if EV9 right here steps one way in the wrong direction, and that might be it. Uh-oh. Speaking of stepping in the wrong direction, here we go. Timing. I told you. I had to say it.
He had no bullets in that AK, dude. That's crazy. Look.
Dude, he took one step. I said that. Like, he takes one step in the wrong direction, and that would definitely be it. Not to mention, not a lot of health, right? So, 4-4, guys.
I think this is the last half. The last round of this first half, too. So we're swapping sides after this.
At this point, man, this set right here is very, very unforgiving. Here we go. Speaking of unforgiving, Drones has not forgotten. Oh, boy.
Drones getting the one up here against Amarzi this time. This feels... It really feels like deja vu.
Right?
This entire first half was like a deja vu of Port.
But again, you guys are not wrong. This is very similar to how Port went down. Albeit with new players in the field that are gunning to take that top spot. You know, almost the same time around the earlier match, I think we've already had a 2-digit fragger.
True.
Right?
They did. I think it's because of the dead round where they had to remake. So
that's
the
true.
scores are not as accurate, but damage done. They got the plant down. Amunra still playing around. Drones with the double kill. I feel like this is a bygone conclusion. This should be a 5-4 scoreline. Leading is veteran.
Here we go. Yeah, most of our players, man, they were just really put under so much pressure. They'd be bleeding from the neck down. So I can't blame why this is taking a toll on some of our players. Like it's really testing their patience, testing their decision making here. More so the composure. You saw how drones once again has been turning up. I don't know. Maybe it's just really natural coincidence that whenever we look at their side, he would be up front. It could be the positioning.
Yeah, it really goes to show that in Black Widow the positioning matters, right? We got some rounds where uh one of the guys just held in truck the entire time. Someone was holding a slide ramp, and then they're like, okay, you know what, NM14 would do. And then we got another round where it was
Yes.
just drones going around just shooting everyone with the sniper. And you're like, okay, so what type of analysis are we supposed to show? Everyone's trigger happy. Everyone wants a piece of that pie, Pika.
Yeah, the MVP is up for grabs, honestly. That's what I like. They don't just want to bring home the bacon for our teams, right? Like they also don't want to bring home the gold as a unit. They also want a star out of themselves. Call it ego peaking, call it like the competitive drive to do so, but it is still part of the game. Our players are still gunning for that attention, for that spotlight to be shined upon them, and Koro's doing a very, very good job of doing so. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean, Goro always bringing us the action here, but drones, Amarzi. I mean, we got Rainino as well, who has been on a tear for the past couple of rounds, but
Yeah.
recently at the end of things, he seems to be always getting picked off one by one. Possibly because he's always the first person to rotate and overstep, because there needs to be someone to do that on the team. If there's
Absolutely.
no if there's anyone that needs to be taken care of here, it has to be Raininos for the side of Amunra here on the second half.
And let's see if that's going to be the case here. We're already seeing contact, damage taken by some of our players, or at least just some visual contact. I would say so. Here we go. So we have to take it slow. We've already withered down a minute and a half almost. We're almost there. Here we go. Rainy, you had to say it. Now Rainino's the first to go.
Yeah, and again, he needs to be picked off here in order for him to stop, wreaking havoc at the start of things. So C4 gone, but he still has visual, so Kuro will be able to pick this up in due time. But it's a slow round, so to say, because if you're playing as Blacklist, you're behind one. If they have a grip of, let's say, B Bridge, you cannot move there unless there's util thrown at you.
Yes. Speaking of utils, here we go. Successful blind here on Kuro. And do you see how the objective is still up for grabs here, man? Or at least it hasn't been addressed. So some movement here. Going through the windows to see if there is information to bring out. Beautiful work here from Reknar. Taking out Ariaden. Once again, drones in crocodile mode. Oh, of course. This is my swamp.
From like two clicks away.
Yeah.
Gets bitten down. It's a 2v4. Still around the area here for Psycho and Kuro, but the need biting down the neck. Oh, but they're able to get two. Wait, suddenly a change of tide. 2v1.
Uh-oh.
They managed to even it out, but it's a 1v1 after Fires has gotten control of the backside. Here we go.
Scary stuff.
B-side flag. It's a 1v1. Oh, I clutch onto Psycho. Starting from that 2v4. Absolutely insane.
My gosh. Okay, so we did talk about this. We're gonna spoil you guys. If you guys just tuned in, we were talking about this. New people up front here. We're seeing a different vocalist.
Anyone can sing.
Yep.
This round might be Psycho. The next round might be our Raiden. But it has to be a vocalist in harmony, and Marzi
No!
getting a 1-up, but not long before Drones gets the refrag.
I like that. Trades are just insane right now, folks. Marzi, but Shock. Still yet to get a frag on his name, the way that I see it. Information, do we have any? Gotta take it slow. A minute and a half to go here, Doc.
Very slow, in fact, but they're around the B area.
Peculiar rotation so far, but again. Alright, moving in pairs. Let's see. Successful blind here. Gets 2 of them in. Taking significant damage here is Psycho. Yep, there goes EV9. Doc, and right through the smoke. Here we go.
Oh!
Is it going to be successful? Good try, though. Last man standing, Kuro versus Drones and Reknard. And just like that, the lead goes right back to Veteran.
That is a interesting pick-off here by the side of Veteran. Amunra not far behind here in terms of the lead, but Drones very aggressive, and he gets the pick without any trades whatsoever.
Big tisk over here. Now Drones bringing out another old schooler here. But again, why change? Takes Rey Nino. We're looking at a very, very deliberate push here from 2 members off of Amunra. Aryaden holding the back ends.
Still holding here, and Amunra. This lead does not favor them at all.
Oh, here we go. Amunra.
Frag.
Them corners not checked. And not that it's easy to do anyway. Poor taking some damage. Aryaden also ready to go if should that be the need. But a full stack here, a full squad ready to go at it. Right, less than a minute to go. Contact. EV9, is he gonna push? He does. That's 1 down. Make that 2. Ooh!
EV9 on a tear this round. Got all 3 kills that he needed there just to hold on that B side. So Amunra, they have to play catch up now because Veteran is a very comfortable lead that they can just hold on.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, it could really be the map. It could really be as usual. You know, we've seen enough shooters during our day and now that, you know, it is comfort, it is familiarity. And here we go, back to the action. Staying steady within the smoke. Here we go. Timing. Kuro may not be relaying any information just yet as to the whereabouts of EV9.
Ooh. Still about where to go next for Amunra. It's been dead silence for them for the past couple of rounds, so I need the little bit of action here.
Okay.
Psycho gets the 1. The second one not as secured yet, but they finally do. It's a 2v3. They get themselves a little bit of leverage onto this A site. But there's still 1 guy sitting on truck. He is still alive. Drones. He's holding the ground.
It takes 1.
Woo! The USPS is there to secure the round. 6-7. 6?
Oh, yeah, you had
I had to say it. Sorry.
You had to say it.
Sorry, bro.
Children, Aryaden, there we go. Massive damage already on the side of Aryaden, and yet to bag his first frag as well. Imagine it's been this long. He's the one staying zilch.
I feel like once he gets a frag, he'll be well on his way to get more.
Uh-huh.
But the issue is getting that coveted one.
Yes. The catalyst, if so to speak. Here we go. A little bit of information. Good guards from the staircase. Naryaden just keeping his rational distance. One wrong peek here, and the action could ensue. Oh, and then finds a noggin is Psycho.
Someone was caught trying to jump throw. But Drones with a very wide angle gets the double kill on the cross. Amarzi very low on HP, but he's still on it. Dingo's come through. Amarzi still up. And Kuro Reyninos is the point person here. He needs to survive. He needs to go huge here.
Yes, he does. We got 3 active players here.
Oh!
Okay.
That's the one.
Marzi.
That's the second!
Oh.
Can he get a 3K? He does!
Way! Oh my gosh. Amarzi once again. This time it wasn't a careless triple peak. They all just really aligned themselves for him. I cannot blame Amarzi for that one, dude.
Yeah, once the smoke on B doors disappeared, it was a field day for Amarzi. There was no visibility as well. There was no nade to at least bring themselves out. But Amunra, they got godded here. Onto the aggressiveness of veteran. 2v3. There's someone on the flank. Fires, gets the one. It's all left to Amarzi, just looking on the long side of mid.
Oh my gosh.
He can do it again, go.
He might be able to. He just doesn't have the firepower, you know, that one tap potential. Now he has to stay for a longer interaction just to take out one. Oh man, Amarzi though, he does have what he needs. Fires. I don't think he knows, man. Or maybe he's just really playing Ring Around the Rosie here with Amarzi. Just to go down. And that's what I was talking about there, dog. That is exactly what I was talking about. Amarzi, he had too many on his plate, right? So that firepower, the eyes, you know, everything, it wasn't really gonna fall into his favor. But here we go, veteran taking that lead, and should they be able to take this 2 more times, we're gonna go to a third map rather.
Lest we forget, Amunra is not that far away.
Yeah, they're still up actually.
Yeah.
So
Managed to catch up here in round leads, and again, you said, I mean, 1 map ahead. Oh boy. Someone needs to move here. Cutting the tension here with a knife. They're still playing super passive here for Amunra. They're already still on spawn. They finally started moving here on the long. He gets the shot. Drones is gone. No sniper to hold on to sight, but Shock is still around the area.
Dangerous grounds we're looking at here. Both these teams. Okay. So now that Jones is out of the picture, is there anybody who's gonna dare pick up that hunting rifle? It's not a hunting rifle, guys. That's just a reference. But so he's gonna walk right in here. Okay, beautiful flush out right here by Reyninos. Psycho though, barely made it out of that encounter.
This might even up the scoreline here, Pika. This EV9 goes absolutely insane with an ace.
Again,
only left to 2.
It had to happen. You know, this is also how you gauge the power rankings, or basically the power levels of our teams, folks. Because the fact that they're exchanging blows here, that really just goes to show the skills. That just really goes to show how much these players and what these players are capable of. My goodness. All right. So far, so good. Oh, man, the 3v3. What an exchange. We barely had the time to talk about that, Doc.
Okay, just not even the round in general. Straight into it, Drones. Again, once he's still up, always a constant threat to the squad. So Amunra Left standing here.
Oh.
And now veteran. Finally on map point here. Amunra. We can do the funniest thing possible. Put ourselves into another OT. Let's see if that's the case.
Man, may the angels be upon you as you say that. Here we go. One down for Amunra. And we're looking real tight here. Real good for veteran. They are up by 1. And only, I'd say, reasonable damage taken by the players who did have an encounter. Drones once again. Like a coiled viper here. He's ready.
Oh, they're all walking at the same time, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the squad rolling down. Here we go.
Stalking.
Stalking prey. They look to be locked in fires. They have the point. Drones is still on mid ramp. Bro is waiting for a pick forever.
I told you, man. The guy has the patience of Job. Oh boy.
He's locked in. I think they saw him.
Oh,
my, he did.
Drones though. Okay. There's another croc in the swamp here. Gotta be careful. 4-4, and we have not seen a mellowness like this in quite a bit.
Yeah, but this is a vital round for Amunra as well, so it needs to be taken care of ASAP. They haven't gotten the plant as of yet, but they need the smoke down at least. Yeah, they finally put it down. This should be the plant. Veteran left to hold and retake.
Man, easier said than done actually. So here we go. Amarzi playing the same game. Aiden. Okay. Oh, but really, really, really bad spot right there for Aiden. Ooh!
Oh! All of the shock!
Marzi's still on it. Shock. Not good right here. Okay.
Oh, he can secure it, but the time's ticking down!
Yo!
8 seconds! Plenty of time remaining, Pika.
Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. And just like that, bro, veteran evens things up here, pushing a third map. Sweet, sweet victory for veteran.
That is game number 2. We are headed into sub base.
It had to happen, dude.
We
had to say it. But you know, again, this is what we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Not a one-sided flop, right? For our teams, for our contenders. Now, this is proof that only one can emerge on top here. So congratulations to veteran. Congratulations to veteran. That was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the comments as well, man. Everybody be showing love here.
Yeah, that's a great match, to say the least. 2 close games in a row, man. 10-8. That could have possibly been another OT. I ain't gonna lie with you.
Right?
Yeah.
And you know, it's easier to honestly, sorry for cutting, but yeah, you know, it's easier said than done to make a lead. To get a lead off of anybody, but nah, dude, these players are on point today. You saw what happened. We brought forth new names, new suspects, if I can say so myself, that we didn't see from the previous map, right?
Yeah.
So this right here is gonna be very interesting moving into sub base. Let's see who actually has that comfort more than the other team.
Yeah, and sub base again. It's like, I mean, if you're playing it professionally, sure, right? If it's a decider, there's a reason why it's at the end of the stick and not any of the first maps picked, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's they're like, all right, you know what? If you can go to sub base, not Ankara, bro. Like, no pass.
Logical, a very logical explanation as to why that is, folks. You know, sub base, as Dropout Candy would say, if you're a casual, you're gonna cast this aside. Like, you're gonna push this map aside because there are so many variables, so many ways for you to actually fall flat on your face in this map. So, but I'm gonna tell you who did not fall flat on their face. It is Veteran. So just a while ago, when we thought that Amunra would have that full steam ahead of momentum, nah. Veteran, they did have a plan, and I'm very happy, honestly, that we got to see more names, more of their players stepping up. I'd say, as you mentioned earlier, it was Fires, right? Fires just, I don't think he's the MVP here, but I think he already had his big share of the pie.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping an open mind on who this is.
I think anyone could be an MVP. I think Drones was a big threat on the server in general once he started playing on global risk, because he was trying to just hold the entire time, and he got so much openings that led to round wins in general. Oh my god! I was just gonna say, like, a highlight of Drones just showed up in our highlights, and yeah, I mean, it really just is the effectiveness of the sniper on this map too. Plus, again, clutch factor that could be possibly held by any of the players shown in the server.
Man, there's just too many to pick here. Honestly, there's just a lot of moments here from all these players. But again, Drones, man. When this guy already has that free aim, it's almost impossible for him to actually botch it, honestly. Right? So, yes. Okay, there we go. Exhibit A. Exhibit B and C all the way to Z, right? All the way to Z.
He's shown us the graph on how to do it, man.
There we go. Again, it's all
He
drones, bro. Like, too many to mention. Marzi, though, also not shying away from these moments, right? And I think he's the flow state man, for in this sense. So I don't know. I'm just looking forward to who the MVP is for this one.
Yeah, and again, results here on results. Even in the opportunities where it was close, they managed to edge it out.
This one right here, dude. Right?
Yeah.
That closing moment of all thanks to Shaq was just fantastic.
It was. And here we go. The total score line here between Amunra and Veteran. Chokuro taking precedence here. 18 frags, 2 headshots, 13. Very consistent here. Compared to the rest of Veteran, where all the scores are very close knitted with each other as well here, Pika.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's even if the evident top fragger here is Kura, I cannot discount the performances of everybody else, dude. So, and look at Fires, right? Like, even after being an MVP from earlier on, he got his 16 bomb right over here. Just 3 deaths differential here from Shock. He's still close to MVP. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's still not a long shot from how he performed earlier. Ray Ninos as well. This is your boy right here. This is your boy. So
he's a headshot machine, bro. He got 9 headshots.
The highest in the entire map.
Mm-hmm. In this server as well, but again, I mean, I think the frags take precedence over the headshots, because you gotta be at least consistent, right? Even though Ray Ninos has been the lowest deaths here on the server at the moment.
Still, it just goes to show how all of our players right here are really on their A game. No one went below 9 frags, dude. So this is just sweats. If we're gonna be saying that out loud. But again, even the objective plays here, not everybody was really giving it too much mind. It's just really a matter now of outgunning the other team. That's what we're looking at here. This, I believe, did not trump the first map though.
Oh,
right.
and
See?
my goat getting MVP, dude. Ray Nino superior. Okay, the other side of that IGN not included in the IGN when we're saying it. So Ray Nino, the MVP, 1.78.
Yeah. Okay, so we got it right the first time.
Yeah.
All right.
1.78 KD, 0.89 KR, 0.56 HK, and a 0.50 SR. Very consistent here. But again, they didn't win the map, and that's a really big question. Hey, I'm always the one questioning, right? Always the MVP, but never the map win, right? So now,
Yeah.
who will take home a spot here at the upper bracket finals in this qualifier between a veteran and Amunra? Because we're headed to sub-base here, Pika. What do you think
Oh
is gonna
man,
happen?
the atmosphere is dense. Honestly, it's you can basically grasp the air with your hand, but it's too close to call. Again, an equalizer this early on in our first set of the day, guys. It's just too exciting. Meanwhile, don't take our word for it. Join us a little later on as we move on to our third map, ladies and gentlemen. Still here for the rest of Southeast Asia. On the mic, Pika and Dropout Candy. We'll take a short break, and so should you. We'll be right back.
Welcome back again to the CFS Spring Qualifiers Phase 2 for the rest of Southeast Asia. My name is Dropout Candy Pika once again on the mic for the final set of this first best of 3 match between Amunra and Veteran. A while ago, Veteran did take it in Black Widow over to Amunra 10-8, and now we are headed into sub-base to decide ourselves who will be the first team to reach the upper bracket finals. So to say, these two teams are neck and neck in terms of frags, kills, headshots, sniper kills, everything, Pika.
Mhm.
Who takes it here?
Again, it's too hard to tell, but unfortunately, only one will move on to the winner's side. Still, I would say, still holding their heads high because no one is untouched anymore. Everyone has a scar from this entire encounter, especially that first map overtime, guys. That really takes a toll on your
Ooh.
exhaustion, like on your resistance. But now we are headed to sub base. Honestly, this is a personal favorite of mine. I just really want to
Ooh.
see how crucial this is. Yeah, because there are so many layers to sub base that again, some of these teams they don't want to have to put up with,
Mm.
right?
Mm, 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 mm.
So many.
Whew.
Not to mention the choices of weapons here. Drop out. I've been looking at the comments. So you guys, you've given it a love hate response. From the Scar Ls.
I mean, okay, that I would say justified. I guess with the
Absolutely.
response, it's a pretty beginner friendly weapon. If you're playing as a casual or if you're playing professionally, you
It's a
know that
go-to.
if you have this weapon, you will have an okay time with it. You might
Mhm.
not be the one with the flashy kills, but it's consistent.
It gets the job done.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, and again, it's just really a matter right now of just understanding how the other team actually how they played out that those last few maps, right? Or those last few rounds. Because one, Amunra, they barely made it out of that overtime. Like, they
Barely.
barely made it out of that overtime. And then now when Veteran finally clapped back, it was convincing.
Mm.
It was very convincing. That last exchange was just too precious to let go. Right? So
Oh! We started off with a quick headshot here, already into sub base. And yeah, I mean, we can see how well this map is gonna be for both teams. And
mhm.
then there is a layer of the top part here in this B site, and
Yes.
it's a ways away, rotating all the way from B to A, because A site is way down under here.
Mhm.
It's called sub base for a reason, you know.
It is. It is. Especially when you start taking control of, and again, control room, right?
Hmm.
So then those sites are going to be a little bit harder to infiltrate. Here we go. Not to mention entrance. If we're gonna go through, yeah, this one,
Oh,
I had to see it for myself.
it's a
So
corridor,
right?
bro.
Yes, dude. It's a jump scare if you will. Now here we go. Reknart finally going near sub, and you know what that means, man. If you have one limb out of place, you're gonna be an easy pick.
Mm. So they gotta make sure they have to go through missile here without getting too much casualties here on the stack. But Still got a couple of flashes and smokes here, so to say, but Reknart has the angle. Puts himself off of it though. And now they're close. CQC out. They have to push in. Reknart able to get one to start things off. Omarzi to follow it off, but it's a close call for Shock as he gets the spray down. It's a 1v2, but it's all gone from there. Veteran securing the first round here.
See, that is exactly what I was talking about. The moment that Reknart was able to position himself right behind Sub, it became such a difficult task already for Amunra, because that spot right there, or at least the entirety of Sub, is such a good ring around the rosy type of interaction from our teams, from our players rather. Insane.
You really have to commit on the push here and not hold back, because someone else is gonna do it for you.
Exactly.
And it's not gonna be pretty on the other side of the thing.
Oh boy. Insane.
RidaZ still holding back here. They're still way down, but there's someone here holding down, particularly in Woods. So Shock. There's no one to trade against him, but he is gonna be the one to start the fire as well. Gets one frag. RidaZ's kind of stuck here. Has to retaliate with the pistol, no less. Gets it. Runs away safely. And he's healthy.
Talk about new weapons right here. We have M4A1 back. Oh my goodness. And with a reward here for Reknart. Taking out RidaZ. 4-3. Locker here. A bit crowded, man.
Yahoo. Too many people in the room, bro. I gotta move off. Yeah, Reknart, he's the guy who's been playing with the AK, so really a traditionalist.
Drones he's back.
He's threatening too. Amarzi, last person standing, but too much people to look forward to. That's a 2-0. Veteran. Very consistent here.
I like it. So just like that, this is the first time we're seeing a 2-0. So from our 3 maps, and again, we're talking about entrance over here. It is where a lot of the messes happen. Reknart, back to the old formula.
It's crazy.
He did have a good collateral frag a while ago. If not a collateral, then it was at least, a very fruitful hold with that M4A1.
He's always been holding with very unconventional weapons too, which I do appreciate, because at least it's diverse, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It doesn't get too bland every now and then.
Leave it to them to perform well with stuff that I can't use properly, right? Shock with the initiation, make that a double here for EV9. Can we get more out of it? Yes, they do. Veterans wiping them all out. No casualties made, and it's a sweep so far here for Veteran.
Oh boy. Here we go.
They're keeping it consistent here for Veteran. They know the ins and outs of it. Drone's kind of low in HP, finally getting some desperation, retaliation, but they're now onto sub base. It's a 1v2, but they're getting caught out on the cross here. Amarzi
1v1
lives to die another day.
EV9 though. Okay.
Shock. Amarzi. Oh, not close.
My gosh. Veteran now inflicting some serious wounds here on the Amunra. How are they gonna clap back at this? Dude, they have almost every zone scouted out, posted up. Look at the distribution of players here on the side of Amunra. I'd say that they're trying to go for challenge points. Look at A, look at B. And there's a good block right there from Jones again on mid. Is anybody gonna be foolish enough?
They're trying to make sure that they have an advantage at least when they head into sight, but if they're none the wiser, they're always getting picked off one by one. They need a different approach here, Pika.
They do. They absolutely do. Because this is a habit This is becoming a habit. It's no longer a recalculation.
Oh!
Right through the
Drones,
smoke.
hello?
X-ray vision. Anybody?
Check him? Fires though, under heavy fire with that onto locker room. They finally get the clear out, but they're not out of the woods yet. C4 a ways away, and Kuro's the only guy in sight. They need to at least trade off with the guy pushing and defending, and they do. Drone still gets one more. Reknart left alone in the 1v1. M4A1 in hand. Can he get it? Or does Kuro secure the first round for Amunra? The answer is Amunra.
Yes. Finally, putting a band-aid on it, at least for now. That's still 3 rounds up here for Veteran. So far, looking good. And you know, that encounter, that messy encounter over at locker room, that was just a bit too catastrophic for our liking. Now let's see if there's going to be a change of pace here. Is Drone going to be changing his approach here on mid?
They have to. I mean, it has worked so far. Might as well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Someone's already posted up onto Vent. So whoever is looking through that area has to be aware that he might be a threat coming through.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now there it is. The ceasefire for the time being. Reknart. You know, I love the fact that Reknart obviously he did suffer one frag away from that spot that he used to stay in. Here you go, Raininho taking out Shock. So change of assignment here for Reknart.
Reknart tries to go aggressive there after taking the first frag.
He gets traded out as well. 4-3. Aryaden. See? You see how Aryaden right there had to somewhat hesitate on his peaks. Because there could have been someone waiting behind the sub.
There's a lot of resistance here onto site, but Kuro, Drone's the only one left. Has the TRG in hand. Can he clutch it out? Still has HP to work with though. He's getting picked off one by one, and that should be another round for Amunra here. They're catching up.
I like it. But again, those 2 rounds, that 2-round lead by Veteran, has the damage been done? I know it's very resolvable, but imagine if they manage to retain that lead and go beyond that for the next few rounds.
The rest of the rounds that Veteran can get here is just a bonus for them.
Yes, precisely.
So it's really up to Amunra here to take precedence, but they have mid control. They're looking towards that B area, but they fully rotated most of them back into sub base once again. They're looking towards this vent though for one of the players for Amunra. I think that is Omarzi, just in case someone tries to rotate from that area.
Oh man,
here we go.
There it is again. Reknart, oh my goodness, he went back to his old ways and pays the price. Care of Raininho. But again, maybe no one really posted up there. He had to do it.
He knew what was at risk. Drones with the flick? 3v3, this is still possible for them. They have utils to play with.
Oh man. Not to mention, it is ticking. Time pressure here. Jumps right into... Okay, there we go.
Oh,
fires.
Sorry, not enough, bro. Very decisive retake for the side of Veteran. That's 5-2.
Man, just like that, Fires is also 1 frag away from getting his 2-digiter.
Oh, he's going 2 digits, bro. Fire. Literally on fire, bro. They gotta hold for Amunra. Like the retake, the entry has been good. They gotta hold. And that's always been the problem if you are playing on sub base. Once you get into sight, it's harder to hold. Because now you're on the other side of the stick because everyone's going at you. And you know, it's very easy to know where you are because there's not a lot of spots to hold behind.
boy. And much less getting there. That's already a problem. So, control room. Here we go. Our Aiden taking out, or basically making sure that no one really comes from the front. That main door is wide open. So Psycho. Okay, ow, big botch over here. And now that's information as well.
Gathered Reknart. Wrecking face with the M4 gets one
Shoo.
and already traded courtesy of Shock.
Yeah. The numbers don't look very good there. Hey, sure, you're able to pick one off, but there was already a casualty to begin with. So here we go. A minute and going. And a while ago, they did stop going for vents. So maybe it really wasn't that, I'd say, worthwhile to be posting up there.
I guess
Still no objective.
Wasn't a priority for them. So instead they go to A. No resistance at all. They'd rather just take the retake, which is a little bit easier, so to say, if you're a veteran. Raiden posting up close.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Yeah.
The vents right there. Okay. No man's land. We are.
Oh, so many flashes.
Not looking.
Raiden
Oh
just
my
cannot
goodness.
see. That was, again, a stop of a retake. They had so much utility to play with.
My gosh. Okay, this is what I was talking about, man. Veteran able to hold that lead and go past it as well.
We like looking at the comments. It's a normal day, but we are looking at, I think, the last round before we go on a side swap, because it is 2-6, so it is our 9th round here. So after this, we're gonna have to wait once again. But again, don't worry, we're always gonna be here with you talking about points in CFS and potentially the journey that these guys will make.
Bro, they finally went to vents again.
Oh,
So
true.
now they're gonna have to account for flanks way more than they already did. Look at this. Shock taking it ever so slow. Amarzi still posting up where he used to, but this time there's a bit of backup.
Mhm.
Rey Nino, Psycho. Okay.
This wasn't a concern a while ago, but now it is.
Ooh!
Veteran getting a 1-by-1 flag. Amarzi
What was that,
Look.
dude?
looking at the other side of the screen, looking for a lineup video potentially.
Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Contact.
Eventually, he's gonna get down for it, but still very entertaining to see. If you're playing by the book, of course you're gonna sit there. There's no one watching you, right? That's like the only scenario that would happen. Fires gets a frag, and it's all left to Psycho here.
Jump scare right there, guys. As usual. Yes. Psycho. Did he just pick it up? He did. He absolutely did. Okay. He enjoys the throwback.
Let's see if this will matter in the long scheme of things. It's only 19 seconds left. Oh, what a sick headshot! Is there enough though? There's a lot of resistance here. 13 seconds
Not
left.
a lot of time to work with, yeah.
Yeah. So that one, they don't mind, but there we go. That is the last round of this first half, and we are swapping sides. So Veteran with still a huge lead. I think we ended at 7-2 at the end of the first half. That's a huge lead.
And again, this is what we were talking about. Momentum is like a freight train, folks. So unless you put a huge stopper in front of that train, or maybe even blow up the tracks, if so to speak, then there's really no way for them to punch back. Remember, if that's 7-2, they were only down 3 rounds before we call it a day for Veteran, right? So fingers crossed, guys. We don't want to have to be the devil's advocate for this one for Amunra, but we're just spitting facts.
Yeah, maybe Amunra's watching us right, like they're like,
How dare they?
Would it be funny if we just put it back to OT?
Yeah, well, you know, maybe we gotta take the shackles off. You know what I mean?
True.
And
It's
yeah,
time to get serious.
take out the ankle weights, you know, and start running. But again, kidding aside here, folks. Scores wise, we are looking at a 7-2, and now we're switching sides. Huge, gargantuan lead right here for veteran.
Mhm. It feels like some of the players here have really stepped up at the clips of our best of three, and started off with a big frag coming from drones once again. Very consistent all throughout the series with this op.
Dude, he gained a new fan out of me.
Mhm.
Raiden right there, first of all, and now it really makes me think. Right, that this I was gonna say this. Is somebody gonna go for that Vents play again? And Reknard, the man who made sub base a terror earlier on. Oh, let's see. Getting slow. Okay, it's a little bit.
Oh, they're pushing!
Talk about a
All
push.
throughout sub base, man. It's all left to Amarzi. He has a sliver of an HP remaining, and he will get bombed out by drones. Doesn't even need a sniper to finish him off.
Oh,
The
man.
util will do.
Just had to go with good old reliable throwable.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, Kuro once again, trying to take top ground here. Fires though, covering multiple vantage points at once. And drones once again looking for these tight corners. Effective or not, it is his designation.
Think about what to do
Whoa!
next. But drones,
What are you?
he is a man on a mission, man. To wreak havoc in the server.
This cannot be. This is just too. Oh, I'm lost for words right now. This is just too iconic for drones, man. But Amarty once again left in the dust.
Nothing to show for here for.
You're surrounded. Ah, there.
They're just playing with them, and they are the team to reach map point here. Amunra.
I was gonna say, man, you are completely surrounded, ladies and gentlemen, in a potential set point here for veteran. Are they gonna be closing this out convincingly, or is there any angels looking down here on Amunra? Okay, I would say no for Kuro for that one.
Maybe not for Amarzi as well, because he got eaten by popcorn.
Again?
The bomb goes down. There's been 3 straight rounds where Amarzi's been taking out with a nade. It looks like it's the beginning of the end of Amunra. They still have the retake to go for, and it is working so far. But they have 25 seconds left, still plenty of time remaining. It's a 2v3. Psycho around the area. Raiden, drones. They got the up down, has to go huge, gets the first kill.
Beautiful.
Needs to try and go for the defuse. He has an angle for it, and he does get it for the team. Veteran with the headshot, drones with the finisher, and they will be the ones to move in the upper bracket finals for the Spring Qualifiers, rest of Southeast Asia.
My goodness, drones with a picture perfect final shot right there. I cannot wait to replay that in the highlights. Drop out. Oh my goodness. And who's to say, right? Who's to say? I mean, they proved us wrong. Not a sniper map? Oh, please. I am right here. Oh,
I exist. I exist for this very moment. What a way to end this series for us. Veteran securing that 2-1 against Amunra. So to say, the first 2 games were super close. Subbase really was the decider between map knowledge, I guess, and the performance between the 2 teams.
and I think one thing that really stood out here for Subbase, and we talked about this prior, there's just so much cover. There's just a lot of cover to work with, and not to mention the little bit of dread that you have when you realize that, oh, okay, they can play vents when it's necessary, but they did, it wasn't successful. But the fact that you're thinking about it it just proves that okay, you gotta keep your eyes peeled. You gotta have someone watching your six. But I felt that the main antagonist of this whole series is really sub base. It's really
It
whoever's
was.
posting up on that site.
It's a big threat, right? And every
It
time we
is.
see any of these guys go into sight, it's always a bloodbath.
It is.
Always
It's
favoring one or the other, right?
yeah. It's so hard to tell, right? Who's gonna emerge on top there? But someone posting up on sub, it really just changes the complexion of the entire round, right? So beautiful work right there, ladies and gentlemen, on what was an excellent first series rather for the day between Veteran and Amunra. So congratulations, they secured their winner side spot. And I have to add to this, by the way, Drop Out Candy. I have to add that they did not go there unscathed. They were bleeding profusely as well on the way there, up until they were able to find a certain formula that worked for them here at Subbase. So wonderful job.
Mm. I guess they solved the equation now, and hopefully they have an advantage heading into this upper bracket finals tomorrow for them. For the side of Amonra though, well, they're on lowers. So
Mhm.
that's gonna be a problem for them tomorrow to think about it. But again, with how they performed at the start of the best of series, I should not worry about them too much.
Yeah, at least when it comes to charge to experience type of honestly type of performance tomorrow,
Mm.
right? Because what they did here was just really magnificent. You know, they were able to take first blood, so that's really an indicator of okay, we're not here to play around, you know, and we bled out Veteran before that last exchange happened. At the end of it all, though, we put gold when it's where it's due. So Veteran still emerging on top here, folks. Wonderful. Again, yeah, I cannot stop chefs kissing
Yeah,
drones, man. I'm telling you.
he's a threat, man. If he's one person you have to look out for here for the rest of Southeast Asia, has to be him. But again, his whole team's there to support him, so they are all a threat on
Uh-huh.
the server today.
You're right. You're right. You're right. It just so happens that maybe when the camera is panned to him, there's always a moment,
There's always a kill somewhere
right?
on his view, and there I don't know if it's biased with the observer, but it's always him.
It is always him, or maybe again, just fortunate circumstance, if so to speak. Right? I say fortunate because it really does come with a good result, almost
Wow.
every single time. Reknard as well, the man who made sub the I'd say the fierce street of sub base today, and Mr. Unorthodox when it comes to them weapon picks. Drop a candy.
M4A1 and the M4. We got the
AK.
AK. Bro is Mr. Unconventional. Bro probably eats the fork with his right hand. You know that spoon and
And
fork.
use-
It's a different hand.
and cut steaks with the cut steaks with the backhand of the blade. So
That is crazy. With the dull edge. Oh, that is Mr. Unconventional. And there
Here
we
we
go.
go.
Results come through. Veteran showing to us who the daddy is in this best of three with a solid rating. And Fires, I've been talking about this guy. He suddenly he's the person who stepped up for the first game, and he's the last person to step up on this last map. So it really goes to show that even if we don't see him on the observer, he's always fragging out.
yeah, always work to be done here for Fires, right? But again, the entire team just doing what they can, getting all the help that they could. So yeah, you know, we have been looking at drones, but as you mentioned, there's always someone back there that's really getting their hands full, right? So EV9 as well, despite being the bottom fragger, at least for this one, it's not to say that there hasn't been any assistance there. Here we go, and I'm already calling it out. Our second timer here as an MVP, we have Fires. Look at them stats once again, folks.
Yeah, 2 in a row for him. 1.55 KD, 1.06 KR, 0.43 HK, and 0.31 SR. Always a threat on the server, and it goes to show that even if Drones is always on the picture, Fires is always there to follow up with him and the rest of the team.
Mm-hmm. My goodness, what a day so far that we've been having here, ladies and gentlemen. And Spring Qualifiers is just getting started here, Dropout Candy. So
Mm-hmm.
we're brewing something, and it is up to you, folks. It is up to you, ladies and gentlemen, back there to enjoy the mix. So far, though, veteran giving us bang for buck, for the way that we started things. Beautiful. And again, Fires. Big round of applause for Fires there, guys. We don't really see a lot of two-time MVPs, or at least not right now. But Fires kicking off day number 1 with such authority.
Yeah, but we're gonna see more action later when we head on to a quick break. Don't go anywhere, guys. Spring Qualifiers. Rest of Southeast Asia will be right back for more action. Dropout Candy here, Pika. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, folks, to CFS Rest of Southeast Asia Spring Qualifiers. This is Pika over here and Dropout Kenny bringing you the action, and we just witnessed an insane back and forth between two teams, Veteran and Amunra. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to rewatch that, please feel free to do so a little later on in the day. But we're going to tell you right now, a bit of a spoiler from what happened there. It was a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, it was. For the side of Veteran, for the side of Amunra. Could have gone either way, but sub-base really was the gap between the two teams.
It really was. So a bit of a pound on the gavel there. We finally got our clear victor. Dropout Candy there in the form of a veteran. But the unfortunate thing that we have to break to our audience, though. Yeah. Oh man.
I guess I have to break the news, right? So. We did expect to have another series, which is RidaZ and PublicStars. But due to the forfeiture of PublicStars here on our bracket, RidaZ will be advancing for our upper bracket finals tomorrow. So now, the bracket changes, basically. So we're gonna show the bracket on how it looks like. So basically, Amunra's just waiting to whoever loses against Veteran and RidaZ tomorrow.
Oh man. Kind of dramatic here, but it does happen, folks. So for those of you who still support PublicStars, we know you understand. Amunra, however, this right here is redemption, if so to speak. This is a very good chance for them to take a bit of a breather. And I'm gonna be real here. I feel like they deserved it after that amazing performance earlier.
They have a chance.
They have a chance.
The thing is, I'm looking at the thing. What if?
Yeah,
this
true.
There's always a bunch of what ifs, right? Like
Yeah.
the scenario where PublicStars are in here, the scenario where RidaZ are in the lower bracket. There's always some what ifs here, and the what if here in this scenario in particular, Pika, is that what if RidaZ, who we haven't seen at all, beats Veteran. Veteran faces Amunra, and then now they get to be the deciding factor in who qualifies or not.
Dude, exactly. Like, we can never tell how that shakeup is gonna be. So it is a bit of a heartbreaker there, ladies and gentlemen, but we do accept it, and hopefully everybody in the back is just really keeping their eyes peeled for the next. Now, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please do expect this action to happen tomorrow around the same time as we started today.
Yep. So for tomorrow, we got Veteran and RidaZ at 1500 GMT plus 8. So if you are on GMT plus 8, that is 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I am not gonna convert the time if you are not on GMT plus 8. And on 17:30, approximately that time, we will have losers bracket finals match 5, which is Amunra and the loser of that upper bracket match. And with that, Pika, that is the end of day number 1 of Spring Qualifiers, rest of Southeast Asia.
I
Day
cannot
number 1.
believe it, man. I cannot believe that we are approaching the conclusion. And again, folks, thank you very, very much for those of you who tuned in. All the fans, all the supporters, all the players who just hung out with us here. It has been such a pleasure here. So we're not gonna prolong this anymore. We'll see you guys tomorrow. It has been an absolute pleasure for us here at the desk, for all of those of us in production and in the back. Thank you so much. This has only been day number 1 of CFS Spring Qualifiers, rest of Southeast Asia. Pika and Dropout Kenny signing off. We'll see you tomorrow.